Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown, Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into this, the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham, alongside my good friend Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. A lot to talk about, as always. I think they have something. The signing day tomorrow? That used to be a big deal, but not really sure what is going to happen. Well, yeah, I think there probably will be some guys that will sign, but I don't know if Auburn will have much of anything. I'm not even sure Alabama will sign much. I think most of those classes are pretty much tidied up, but we'll see. I'm sure there will be some stragglers here or there, but they used to call it, or they still call it signing day. Right. They call what they do in December early signing period. I don't think that's accurate. I think December is now signing day.
Correct.
And this what we'll call late signing day.
Right.
So, but tomorrow, first Wednesday in February, they will have a national signing day. We'll see what happens. Could be some interesting things, maybe not. We'll find out. But there is that to talk about. Obviously, the world of college football is changing. The times they are changing, radically different. It could be in the next year or so, or in the next maybe 5 years. I don't know if we'll even recognize college football or college athletics for that matter. But nonetheless, this is the world that we're living in right now, and we're all just trying to navigate it. So we'll talk about some of the things, the lawsuits that have been filed against the NCAA, perhaps even unionization of college athletes. Whew. Even saying that gives me the willies, Jim. But
you kind of had to know it was coming, though. Is it inevitable?
Maybe. But, this has been tried before. There's a new thing that it was declared just over the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit. But, again, this was tried 10 years ago with Northwestern. And it just kind of came all of a sudden, it just kind of went away. It was like a mist in the wind. It just kind of blew away. That, it makes you wonder kind of how that kind of thing happens. But we'll talk about that. Auburn and Alabama will get together tomorrow night at Neville Arena, part 2 of the Iron Bowl of basketball. Alabama got the best of Auburn the first go-round in Tuscaloosa, 79-75. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. We'll break that game down a little bit, as well as some other games going on in and around the SEC. It's almost time. Baseball, softball begins this weekend at Auburn. Baseball begins not this weekend, but next weekend. So we might do a little Auburn baseball preview, talk about that team, what we expect from Butch Thompson and his crew this year. Super Bowl on Sunday, Kansas City and San Francisco, actually a rematch of 4 years ago, I think, as it was the same Super Bowl. So that one the Chiefs pulled out. I mean, the 49ers had a big –
Holmes was the quarterback in that one, correct?
He was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. 49ers had a big lead, or I think they were in control of the game, and Kansas City just, kind of in the second half took over and ended up winning. And it was a pretty good Super Bowl, if I remember right. Look at some prop bets for the Super Bowl. These are always fun. So we'll take a look at some of those. As always, though, love to hear from you. 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. How do you feel about a lot of these things that we talk about, the topics, whatever. And if you'd like to bring up a new subject, by all means, we'd love to hear from you. Jim, it's been a while. You're looking well. You're looking very Trojanish.
Oh yeah. Supporting the local Central Alabama. Speaking of baseball, they're fixing to get cracking on their season.
Is that right?
Yep.
When does that start?
I want to say it was the same as what you said. This coming weekend, I think, is when they get going. They've got a few new names out there, obviously coming off of a good season last year and making the playoffs. They've, from what I understand, Pete Rose Sr.'s grandson is on the team, and
Really?
Pete Rose Jr. is the hitting coach there this year.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Could we possibly expect
Grandpa coming up?
Grandpa?
It's
maybe?
already in stone that they're having 2 fundraisers. I think it was this coming weekend is they're doing a fundraiser out at Central Alabama, and they were going to sell plates for it, and he was going to be the speaker there. So
Really?
Senior will be in town.
How about that?
Yeah.
The Pete Rose. That would definitely probably work. If anybody's got some stories,
I guarantee you that one's got some stories.
no question about it. The hit king, Pete Rose, grandson playing at Central
Alabama.
for Central Alabama Community College.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Yep.
It takes all kinds, that's for sure. So anyway, like I mentioned, 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. We'll just kick things off talking about, college football in general. There was, of course, the lawsuit that the attorneys general from Tennessee and Virginia filed against the NCAA because the NCAA announced, I guess, an investigation into
the quarterback.
Tennessee.
Right, yeah.
And their NIL, quote unquote. Now, it appears to me, and I kind of come down on this, seemingly a little bit different than a lot of people. Everybody's initial reaction to this was, the NCAA is so stupid and so evil and so useless and yada, 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 yada. Mm-hmm. Okay. From my perspective, I look at this, Jim, and you tell me, am I crazy? I've been saying for since this began, NIL, I get it. I understand. That's fine. But if anything is ever going to get worked out, if this is ever going to get straightened out so that it can be, any semblance of what college football was for us for so long, or what college football has been forever, we have got to stop lying. People have got to stop. And I'm talking about everybody from top to bottom. We have all got to stop lying and saying that NIL is, it's about kids making, it's about kids doing commercials, or it's about kids capitalizing on their name, image, and likeness. Okay? No, that's not what NIL is. NIL is a bidding war for high school recruits.
Yep. And college recruits.
And now, see, the NCAA, when they first introduced this, they said that, everybody understood and said, well, you got to have some guidelines. They didn't put any out there. That was a mistake, no question whatsoever. But the NCAA did say, in no uncertain terms, it is illegal to pay recruits pay for play. Now everybody says, I mean, everybody just, well, yeah, I mean, we're doing pay for play, but it's through the guise of NIL. So again, I mean, it's like everybody all of a sudden just put blinders on and got so comfortable wearing them that we're like, yeah, everybody knows we're doing it. This is what we know we're going to do, but we're all fine with it.
Well, that's the beauty of the thing to me is what you said. At some point in this thing, it was meant to get a child, a young student athlete, a chance that Mama Goldberg's could sponsor them because they eat sandwiches in Auburn. I can live with that.
Yeah.
But where it went off the rails is your Tennessees, is Auburn. I'll point a finger at Auburn and Alabama, everybody else. We made collectives. Well, now we've just offered that same kid that we went out and got, say, who was it? One of the, let's say Cam Coleman. We went out and got him this year, okay? I guarantee you he was wrote or about to be wrote a check out of that collective. Well, from what understanding of how those things works at most universities, they're part of a group that works for the university, and if the university wants you to go to a birthday party at Andy's, that's what you go do. But 99.9% of these athletes don't have to do a damn thing. They don't go to no party. They don't go sponsor no cars. They don't do nothing. That's not NIL.
No. So that, I mean, it went back to, okay, guys, Todd Gurley got suspended because he sold some cleats. He sold his game cleats, or he, so who was it? Johnny Manziel was selling autographs, or whatever it might be. There again, that was one of those things where you say, okay, if a kid wants to charge $20 to sign an autograph, that's name, image, and likeness.
Right.
That's his name. Fine, wonderful. Do that. If a Nike wants to come and say, young man, you're a Heisman candidate, we want to, sell a shirt or a jersey, or we want to sell your jersey, or we want to, design a shoe after you. Wonderful. Again, that is NIL, but paying a kid to come to your school over another school, that's where that is not, and let me be perfectly honest, I have never agreed with, nor do I want pay for play.
Right.
I do not believe college athletes ought to be on salary.
Right.
I never have and I never will. So, I mean, now you might. Some people out there might. And we can have that discussion. But until you divest, until you separate NIL from basically, buying, salaries for these college athletes, I don't. Somewhere along the line, because the NCAA has come out and said that is still illegal.
Right.
You can't pay for play. We're saying that's illegal.
Right.
Now, NIL, they said, have at it. Do the best you can. Make the most money you possibly can. Wonderful. But it's like nobody will acknowledge the fact that actually exists.
Right.
That there should be a dividing line. It's just like everybody just is like, it's just a tacit agreement between everybody that we're just going to ignore it.
No, I agree.
Until we stop doing that, I don't think anything's going to change.
No, you're not going to have any changes in it, because I foresee it right now. Go back on the question you said earlier. If I thought that, athletes should be paid, I think that's what the beauty of the sport has been to start with. We had amateur athletes that enjoy a game. Most of them are already getting a $50,000, $60,000 scholarship. They're getting a place to stay while they're there. They're getting all the food they could ever put in their belly.
I think $1,000 a month stipend.
Yeah. I mean, they're supposed to be eating groceries off that, and they go out and party and do everything else. Well, now, I mean, I was reading something the other day. The national average is like $3,200 and something per athlete in this NIL era. Auburn, Alabama, basically everybody in the SEC is double and triple that. That is what they're giving a kid. So you've got a college athlete walking around on Auburn's campus right now. He's got a full ride. He's got a place to live. All of his food's paid for with his stipend. And I'm going to go ahead and hand him $7,000 a month. He's living life, and he ain't done a dang thing.
Must be nice. We're up against our first break here. Again, love to hear what you think. 256-234-6221. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Why don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro continues to excel in making sure our clients have a smooth and pleasant experience with home financing needs. Families are struggling to make ends meet due to price increases and high interest rates on credit cards. Monthly debt can cripple a family from enjoying the special times in life. Property values are holding strong, and now is the time to take advantage of the equity in your home, saving hundreds of dollars a month. No money out of pocket and no payment until January 2024. Call the Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro today.
I'm Karen Chanel, your State Farm agent in Alexander City, Alabama, and the greater Lake Martin area. I want to talk to you a little bit today about your discounts. How many of you are entitled to discounts that you may or may not be receiving? One of the easiest discounts on your homeowner's insurance is that of having a fire extinguisher. Coupled with a deadbolt lock and a smoke alarm, that gives you an automatic discount on your homeowner's policy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Jim here with you, just getting started on tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to have lunch or dinner right here in downtown Alexander City. Got a great menu, got a wide variety there, so go and check them out if you have a chance one day this week. Chris and Audra, tremendous people. They do have been there celebrating 25 years in Alexander City this year. So great food, great atmosphere, great people. JR's Sports Bar and Grill. We were talking about the state of college football, I guess, really, essentially. The state of college athletics, for that matter. But the pay for play, once you head down that road, that brings up the next topic, which was something that happened over the weekend. The national, what is it? The NLRB, National Labor Relations Board, said that the Dartmouth basketball team, all 15 members, could be unionized. They could be. All 15 members signed a petition in September asking the local 560 of the Service Employees International Union. They wanted to be recognized as employees of Dartmouth. So unionizing would allow the players to negotiate over salary and working conditions, including practice hours and travel. Dartmouth can appeal the regional director's decision to the national board. Prior to the review, the players can vote on whether to form a union. If you'll remember, and I made reference to this, but I distinctly remember talking about this and this being a pretty huge deal. But I couldn't believe it was 2014. Northwestern, the football team, did this exact same thing, where they voted, and whether they were going to try to push this envelope to where they wanted to create a union, and they wanted to unionize and be declared employees. Now that just kind of I want to say they voted. I'm not sure. I don't even remember how the vote came out, because I know some guys on the football team were not for it, and I think they were going to vote against it, but it just kind of went away.
Yeah,
I mean, it was all the talk, and everybody wondered how this is what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden it just kind of went away.
It's usually when those higher powers of these universities realize they're fixing to lose a lot of money, they find out a way to get in there through the back door and go, guys, y'all don't want to do this.
Right.
Because y'all won't be playing here anymore.
Exactly. That's a good point. I mean, it depends on the right people, the right voices have to speak up.
That's correct. Because to me, a Dartmouth is not going to get it done.
Right.
Now, if this went on at Alabama, we would have a whole nationwide discussion. Dartmouth, if they fell off the planet from playing football and basketball, me and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time Dartmouth basketball was on my TV or.
I've never had them in my March Madness picks that I remember.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know where Dartmouth is, to be perfectly honest with you. So, it's just kind of one of those things where it makes a big splash. But is this the road that we want to go down? And I don't know. Maybe we were talking during the break. Maybe it's inevitable that college athletes are going to be considered employees at some point. It's just something now that we're on this greased track of NIL, of collectives, of transfer portal, that unionization is just the next stop down the line.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't see how, as we talked about it off the air, I don't see how the train's already going down the tracks. You can't stop it. You're not going to call up one day next year and go, okay, nobody's getting nothing. That as they say, the toothpaste is out.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out how to keep the toothpaste on the sink instead of on the floor and on the wall and everywhere else.
So how do we do that? How do we do that? Train tracks have been known to
derail.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can shift. There is a Y in that track up the road. So, and we could go left or we can go right.
Mm-hmm. But here's your left and right, and I think you've already brought it up earlier as well off the air. Was that we go collective bargaining agreements? We tell the colleges you can only have $5 million in your collective is all you can spend, and then however you want to spend it, go spend it that way. Buy you a $500,000 quarterback and buy you a $250,000 running back, and you go out there and spend that way. Or it's straight down the line, like these guys are trying to do with this unionization stuff. It's straight down the line. All 85 players that play for Auburn University are going to get $10,000 a month, and that's what you're going to get.
Here's the other thing, too, that I think people, I keep hearing this from a lot of people. And I tell you what, I'm gonna put that in my pipe, and I'm gonna smoke it a little bit during the break. And then we're gonna take a commercial, and we'll come back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
You want the best opportunity to be successful in life. You deserve that opportunity. Well, you just happens to be in our motto. Central to you, central to your success. Your future is right now. Don't wait. Make your dreams a reality by enrolling at Central Alabama Community College. Register today at cacc.edu.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
Opelika Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram at 801 Columbus Parkway in Opelika has a massive inventory of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Every make, every model. Quality pre-owned vehicles are available at Opelika Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram. Located at 801 Columbus Parkway in Opelika and online at OpelikaFordChrysler.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Jim here with you. About 30 more minutes left in the first hour of tonight's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every evening by Sunshine Heating and Air, every Tuesday evening, that is. Kevin Kill and his crew do a fantastic job for all of your heating and cooling needs. Give them a call today. It's getting a little cool out there, so still going to be cool for a little while. I heard the groundhog did not see his shadow, so
you did.
I'm expecting an early spring.
I haven't got out there and checked him out.
I'm demanding an early spring, Jim.
Well, I would say based off some of the trees in my yard, I have a lot of fruit trees on the farm, and there's some of them that are actually trying to bud out. They're putting little buds on the end. So
they know better than me.
That's what I was about to say. Typically, nature kind of knows what's looking up.
Sunshine Heating and Air. Give them a call today. I think we have a phone call. Hey, caller, you're on Sports Blitz.
Hey, Andy and Mr. Jim.
How you doing today?
War Eagle to y'all.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.
I heard y'all talking about Dartmouth. I had to call. I think I'd watch any sports. I know Auburn's not going to play them in football. They might end up playing them in baseball or something like that.
Yeah, now that's probably true.
Yeah. And Dartmouth is in Hanover, New Hampshire.
Hanover, New Hampshire.
About as far as north you might want to go.
Yeah, really.
Or east. Okay, y'all have a good one.
All right, thank you, brother.
Well,
Good
give you-
information there.
Give you a little rundown on Dartmouth. They are 5-14 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
They have
Struggling.
one conference win.
All right.
They are dead last in their conference.
Not good.
And you're unionizing to be the face of college basketball.
Yeah, who wants to?
When you can't win on the court, you got to win somewhere else.
For 5-14, I mean, and you're wanting to be an employee, you're about to get fired.
I once heard it said by, of all people in this world, Dennis Rodman. He once said that there's no such thing as bad PR.
Well,
he said if you kick somebody, they're going to talk about you. If you score points, they're going to talk. So do something.
Yeah, that's true.
So Dartmouth is doing their something.
I guess so. They're making some noise one way or the other.
Tell you how struggling they are. They're 0-9 on the road.
Not good. Everybody's struggling on the road this year.
That's interesting.
Not just Dartmouth.
So Dartmouth, be happy. We gave you 10 minutes of the program to talk about your basketball team.
Yeah. All right, going back to what I was going to say, I keep hearing this argument that, well, the big schools are just going to break away. The power or the schools with the money, and you see the SEC and the Big Ten coming together,
right,
to try to figure this thing out, and they're basically saying to the NCAA, we're going to break away and we're going to do our own thing. Well, maybe, but here's the problem with that. Everything is tied in to college football.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if college football, the Power Five, so to speak, the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, and Big 12 right now, as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they get together and say, look, we're making so much money, we can do our own deals.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
We'll break away and we'll use this money and we'll make our own money, set our own deals, make our own rules.
Mm-hmm.
We won't even acknowledge that we're in the NCAA. Well, how do you're still connected to the university.
Correct.
And to that point, if somehow, some way, these football programs break away from the NCAA or break away from somehow the school that they're tied into, all these other sports
done.
They go away.
Yep.
Do you think somebody's going to let that happen? Do you think?
No.
Anybody that.
I can see it. I can see the first part of your argument or your first part of your statement going on is there is going to be a group of about 40 teams break away, and there's going to be those big conferences, those big top guys out there, the Big Five and the Big 10, SEC, ACC, all that group's going to go form their own thing because what you said. We got the money. We can go do our thing. The guys, as we discussed off air, your Mid-Americans, your USAs, and all those guys, they can't run that race with them. So there's going to be two separate college championships going on. Now, does that race that's up here at the top, and there's 40 teams, let's say it gets even racier to where your Alabamas and your Ohio States and those kind of people goes – shopping and get these donors that'll give them $50 million a year. Then it never stops.
Yeah. But the point, but it's still, you can't break the connection between football and baseball, basketball, women's field hockey, swimming.
And I think it's what you said it earlier is the university tie. Because a lot of it, you got state ties there, but Auburn University is a state university. So if we break that tie and football tries to do their own thing, they're no longer Auburn University. They're an independent football program.
So what do you want? I mean, do you want NFL minor league, or do you want college football?
Right.
How do you do both?
Right.
You know, how do you have the elite, program or the elite level of football that we have seen over the last, I mean, college football has always been elite as far as I'm concerned, but it's certainly maybe the level of football has gotten better over the years. But how do you continue to maintain that and still continue to maintain the fact that all these other sports, it's definitely it's not capital. I mean, it is capitalistic, but it's a socialistic setup. Everything feeds off that. Even, I mean, did you see that the LSU women's basketball won the national championship last year and lost $8 million. Again, all other sports go away. I mean, they do not function without money. And so they will not exist if they don't have the revenue from that football program. So how do you, if you start unionizing these football programs and or if these football programs finally get fed up and say, we'll just break away and do something else of our own, there's still got to be some kind of connection there. Because I don't see anybody allowing these other sports to just die on the vine.
Well, I think if you get the unionization, it's not going to be unionization for football. It's going to be unionization for a whole athletic department. And they're going to have a group of money that's going to go, and like you said, it's going to have to feed. If they know that baseball needs $2 million a year to operate, then they got to get it from somewhere. Baseball's gone.
Yeah.
So they may make it in, like they do with these television deals when they're out there bargaining who's going to get much where. They're probably going to be looking at a budget and go, okay, we're not going to settle on a deal until we know the rest of our sports are covered.
Somebody's got a big job ahead of them, Jim.
Oh, huge.
Who's smart enough to figure it out?
I would say probably you'd be a good choice to get on that board and head that up.
Well, it's going to be a big fee for that. We're talking jumbo money. If they put
We're talking about David Jones front pocket money.
Exactly. We got to take another break. 256-234-6221. We'll be right back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
This is Joseph Dean with Alabama Funeral Homes. As many of you are aware, we had a fire that significantly damaged our facilities. We were in the process of getting those rebuilt. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused the families that we serve. I want you to know that we are capable of handling all of your needs at Frederick Dean Funeral Home of Opelika, which will be servicing Alabama Funeral Homes families. We can be reached at our same number, 256-896-4502, or by email at joseph@alabamafuneralhomes.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house,
a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Jim here with you. By 20 more minutes left in the first hour of tonight's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Jim, Auburn and Alabama going to get together tomorrow night in Neville Arena.
Yep.
Should be a very fun game. Alabama and Auburn both in the top 16.
That's
Auburn ranked number 12, Alabama number 16. But Alabama with the better record in conference, 8-1, only one loss. That was to Tennessee in Knoxville. Auburn dropped, of course, one in Tuscaloosa and one in Starkville. Turned it around. What did you think of the Auburn going into the Pavilion there in Oxford and really taking care of business against Ole Miss? It was kind of a tale of two halves as Auburn came out the second half after apparently a fiery halftime speech from Chad Baker-Mazara.
I had done some research on that and found out Bruce Pearl's son stated that none of the assistant coaches were actually in the locker room. They were all kind of in the hallway getting ready for the half. And it was only managers, trainers, and I think Bruce Pearl himself was in there. Okay. But then when Bruce was, heard what was going on, he kind of just stepped to the side and let them handle it. And he said it was pretty amazing to see, which he knew that about Chad the whole time, that he had great leadership qualities. He just was happy to see him come out.
Well, apparently, that Brett, I mentioned that today, Brett has been saying who is going to be a leader on this team, who is going to step up. And I don't know if I had Chad Baker-Mazara, but being as a guy that just he'd only been there about 10 minutes.
I kept leaning for Broom because he's always been consistent. He keeps having these double-digit games, a lot of minutes. Those guys can see him produce everywhere he goes.
Oh, yeah.
But now if you think about Chad, Chad's not a first-year guy. Was he fourth year now? He's played in other schools.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah. I think he's got one more year of eligibility.
As far as just college basketball.
Correct. So you do expect that a little bit out of senior guys that have been around.
Yeah. Okay.
If he's been to other programs like he has and he saw what a leader does, he's sitting here going, dang, we're halfway through the season and nobody stepped up. He's like, I got to do it.
Well, okay, so Auburn and Alabama, two really kind of different teams here. Alabama wants to get up and down the floor. They want to shoot a ton of threes. They are the top scoring team in the country right now, scoring basically 90 points a game, 89.9. Now, Auburn not too far behind. Auburn scoring 82.5 points a game, and they want to get up and get in transition as well. They don't shoot nearly as many or as well as Alabama from behind the arc, but Auburn's defense is kind of what sets them apart. One of the better defensive teams in the country, holding teams to 65 points or 66 points a game. So Alabama's scoring 90, Auburn holding teams to 66. Something's got to give there.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, first of all, for a little side joke here, let's hope the lights stay on in this game.
Yeah,
so they don't cool it off. But I watched, and that was another thing I was going to throw out. I guess if we want us to win tomorrow night, then I just need to not watch it all. Because I've had times where I've had things going on and I couldn't sit down and watch whole games. I could watch parts of them.
Right.
The games that I've got to watch parts of them, we've won. I watched every minute of the Baylor game, and we lost because I was excited for the season to start.
Right.
I watched every single minute because it was on national television the other night of the ESPN. The lights go out, and
You are
everybody's
forbidden to watch every minute of this game, Joe.
I watched the Ole Miss game where they beat us on the road, and I watched every minute of that ball game. I've already told myself I'm going to find something else to do tomorrow night.
Yeah. All right. Well, I went back and looked at the stats. I mean, Auburn went to Tuscaloosa. They were down 14 at the break.
Right.
Alabama the game was going back and forth, if I remember, and Alabama started hitting some shots. Auburn turned the ball over and made some, took some ill-advised shots as they moved down, kind of in the maybe I'd say like 7-8 minutes left in the half, and Alabama kind of pulled away. But Auburn came out and cut the lead down, whittled it down, and played better, much better in the second half. Here's the difference in the game. You look at the numbers, and, they were fairly even as far as turnovers is concerned and things like that. Auburn made 5 threes. Alabama made 11. Okay, Auburn, I think, I believe it was 28 shots. Or maybe it's 29. It was somewhere around there. Alabama, I think, made like one more than Auburn did.
Yeah.
So essentially, that means that even their field goal percentage was pretty similar. But I think Auburn had a better percentage, but Alabama took a few more shots. But it was like Auburn made 28 shots, Alabama made 29 or something like that. So the difference is they made 11 threes, Auburn made 5. I mean, the 18-point difference.
Right.
When you lose by 4.
Right.
It comes down to how you defend them at the 3-point arc, because they're going to take a ton.
Right.
If you leave them open and you give them open shots, chances are they're going to make them.
Oh, yeah.
You can't rely on them just missing open shots. Now, if they're contested and they still make them, you tip your hat and you say, okay, they just had a phenomenal night. There wasn't much we could do about it. But Auburn hit some threes against Ole Miss. You got to make more than 5 if you're Auburn.
Yeah, for that game, because you got to spread that floor more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you cannot allow them to stand out there and just bomb away. That's going to be the key in this game for Auburn as far as I'm concerned.
And I was kind of just peeking here at Alabama. It had me intrigued on their schedule and who they've played. They're a lot more solid than people give them credit for, because they've got 6 losses on the season, and 4 of those 6 are to number 4, number 8, number 6, and number 7 in the country.
Sure.
I mean, there's all top 10 teams that they've lost to. The only outliers there are Ohio State and Clemson, and they're still both pretty good programs.
Yeah, Clemson's not bad at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're not – I mean, we're talking about a very dang – if Auburn was able to pick up this win over Alabama, which they should have got it last time, you're talking about a pretty solid quad 1 win, and the teams at Alabama –
Back-to-back quad one wins.
Correct.
So, yeah, absolutely. Looking definitely forward to the game tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Rebounding another one, too. Auburn got out-rebounded by Alabama in Tuscaloosa. That's one of those things that anytime you shoot as many as they do, you tend to have some long rebounds as well.
Mm-hmm.
That part of that's out of your control, but Auburn definitely got to crank up the defense there. The crowd needs to be into it. Hopefully that will maybe put Auburn over the top tomorrow night. We'll go ahead and take another break. We'll come back with one final segment in the first hour of tonight's show. Don't go anywhere.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
They say we live in an age of big data, where computers and fancy algorithms are supposed to know you best. But at Country Financial, we know helping you own your future requires, well, something much bigger. Contact your local Country Financial representative and start planning for your future with a personal touch.
You don't have to ask who, what, or why. Who's Diner is the go-to place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 22 and 280 in Alex City. Who's Diner offers the best meals and the best deals in town. Try our fresh, made-from-scratch pancakes, chicken salad, Philly cheesesteak, or the Who Burger. It doesn't get any better than who? Who's Diner, of course, on the corner of Highway 22 and 280. Who's hungry?
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care open 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Let Riverbank and Trust open doors for you. Whether you're purchasing land, a lot by the lake, or building or buying a home, begin with Tallapoosa County's loan experts. They'll guide you through the entire process, providing local decision-making, prompt responses, and the best real estate loan solutions for your unique needs. And in most cases, Riverbank and Trust can close your loan in 30 days or less, and they'll walk by your side every step of the way. It's all just part of the Riverbank and Trust difference. We invite you to experience it for yourself.
It's truck season at AHSAA Automotive. New Honda Ridgelines, $349 a month. Ford Rangers, $357 a month. Nissan Frontiers, $379 a month. And Chevrolet Silverados, $399 a month. At AHSAA Automotive. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge, engine, powertrain, and more. It's truck season at AHSAA Honda, Tony Serra Ford, Serra Nissan, and Serra Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live, the final segment in the first hour of tonight's program. Andy and Jim here with you, taking you up to 9 o'clock this evening. Kentucky and Vandy getting it on right now in Nashville. Kentucky up 28-17. I know you're shocked.
30-17.
30-17.
Yep.
Okay, I'm a minute behind.
Yep.
But Ole Miss fell to South Carolina. South Carolina just continues to win ball games, Jim. Who would have thought? I mean, they all of a sudden jump from nowhere to number 15, 19-3, 7-2, as they defeated Ole Miss earlier. I think Alan Flanagan had a big game, but came up a little short, if I recall. But anyway, yeah, Alan Flanagan, 26 points in that one, as they fall 68-65.
Yeah, that's pretty outstanding. They're 26, had 17.
Did you watch any of the Ole Miss Auburn game?
I did, but pieces. I did not watch the whole game.
Well, you know, Alan Flanagan had moments, and I know this is going to surprise you. He looked an awful lot like he did in an Auburn
uniform. Yeah.
He had some great moments, and then down the stretch, he had some terrible turnovers and some awful shots.
You just wonder.
And I thought,
you have to wonder sometime in an athlete's head what is causing that, you know? Because it ain't like it happened just at Auburn. It's happening somewhere else now.
It's who he is.
And that's what I was about to say. Is that showing the character of the athlete over the duration of his career, that he's basically given his resume for the next level, and he's not going to make it because he just can't mentally play at that level?
I think that's actually nailed spot on the head, a hammer on the nail, spot on, however you want to say it. I think that's exactly what it is. And look, I don't wish him any
no
ill will. I hope he does. But just watching him at his tenure at Auburn and now at Ole Miss, he's the same. He's the same player. He's always been, and that's the same. At some point, you just got to say, yeah, that's just who he is.
Right.
He's just not. I just don't think he's an elite type player. That's just me. Tomorrow night, LSU travels to number 6 Tennessee. That one at 6 o'clock on the SEC network. Probably no problem there. I wouldn't think. LSU.
No.
Well, they're not awful. They're 12-9, 4-4. Tennessee should get that done at home, I would think, for sure. We mentioned, of course, Alabama will be at Auburn, 6 o'clock on ESPN2 for those of you looking to watch that game. Texas A&M at Missouri. Missouri still winless in the league. If you're ever going to win one, now might be their opportunity. Texas A&M not great, 13-8, 4-4, but could Missouri go winless? Winless in the league. They've already lost to Vandy.
I was fixing to say, I'm going to say they are, based off what I'm looking at, of a loss to Vandy.
Oof.
I'm going to say you are going to go over.
That's tough.
Your football program's on the incline and going gangbusters through the SEC, especially the East, and your basketball team's going the other way.
Not where
Sounds like their collective spending money on football, not basketball.
I guess it's what it sounds like for sure. Georgia is at Mississippi State. Now I bet that would be actually a pretty entertaining game. That's about as evenly matched a game as you'll see probably on the night. But Georgia 14-8, Mike White goes over there, and I was talking to somebody the other day. Georgia's 14-8, 4-5. Yeah, I mean they had a big lead on Alabama and could not hang on to it. Give Alabama some credit for that as they come back on the road. But if Mike White can get Georgia to, just for the fact if he can get them to, maybe 500 in the league and sneaking in to the NCAA tournament as a 10 seed, he can run for mayor of Athens. I mean, the Georgia's been awful.
Right.
So now, if he can do that right now, if he can do that early and get them to where they can maybe make a NCAA tournament, once every few years, they'd be ecstatic to have it. Give it a few years, though, and then, of course, it won't be enough.
Right.
They'll be ready to run him out of town.
Right.
That's how that works. Mississippi State, on the other hand, 14-8, 3-6. They beat Auburn there at the hump. I would say that had as much to do with Auburn and their play as it did with Mississippi State, but I might be a little biased there. But anyway.
Well, according to what I'm seeing here statistically, too, now that game's matching up, but it's favoring in the Mississippi State area because they're saying on the season Mississippi State has 2 wins against ranked teams and 2 losses. Georgia has not had their 0-4 against ranked teams.
Well, good thing Mississippi State is not ranked.
That's correct. But it would appear that if Mississippi State can beat a ranked team, then they're not a bad team.
Yeah. I think that's probably fair. So that's the lineup for the SEC tonight and tomorrow night. We're going to go ahead and take our final break of this hour, but never fear, we'll be back with hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
When driving, wear a seatbelt, not a filter. What? Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. This is a message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your expressway to saving.
When driving, stay sober, not stoned. Alabama has a code of the road, and knowing it helps you follow it. This is a message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Welcome back, everyone, to hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics, or more than Auburn, just athletics in general. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Talked a lot about what's going on in the world of college athletics, the state of college athletics. In the first hour, the ruling that came out Monday about Dartmouth basketball and them being allowed to unionize, that's now going to be in the courts. They're going to be Dartmouth's appealing that, trying to, they want to continue to be an amateur type sport, but that, and plus the lawsuit from Tennessee and Virginia suing the NCAA, which is essentially kind of suing yourself, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but nonetheless. We talked about those things. Auburn and Alabama basketball on Wednesday night, that tomorrow night. So any of those topics you'd like to talk about, give us a call. Let us know. 256-234-6221. Kick things off in this second hour, Jim. Baseball season about to get underway. Pitchers and catchers beginning to report in Major League Baseball. Auburn and the rest of the SEC going to kick off not this weekend but next weekend. So it is right here upon us. Wondering, we'll see what the weather looks like for that opening series, but certainly hope we have some favorable winds. Plainsman Park, a place that we're both familiar with, having a little facelift. Going to be some construction going on really all year.
That's what he said. Yeah.
So it's going to be maybe a little bit of a challenge there, but nonetheless progress, and that's a good thing. Going to have some seats right down there behind home plate.
I love it.
You got some
39 feet from home plate. Can you imagine that? I think, and even in Butch's words, for a donor to be able to sit right there and watch the best athletes in the country play baseball, you're going to feel like you're part of the game.
Wonderful. That's going to be pretty cool. So you got the students out there in right field. They've got a little home out there now that they're kind of doing some amenities.
An elevated home so they can get out there and yell and scream.
Yeah, it's going to be fun for the outfielders out there for sure. Then first base line, of course, they're going to be doing some construction out there, and then maybe in the next year or two, we'll get some seats up on the monster out there in left field. That's going to be a lot of fun. I guess we got another phone call, Lestro. Hey, caller, you're on Sports Blitz Live.
Hey, you look good. You look like you're back.
Hey, James, man, I'm glad to be back.
We're glad to have him back, James.
Yeah, I know it. Listen, y'all see the one where Don Staley and Dabo and Shane Beamer went to the courthouse, the Supreme Court, to say for South Carolina to start paying their athletes directly. It done got to be a crying shame. We're going to have strikes. We're going to have the unionizing. You're going to be able to sue for concussions. It is a sad state, man. But anyway, I just didn't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah, when did that happen? When did that happen, James?
They just ran across the ESPN about an hour ago, 2 hours.
So Don Staley, Dabo,
Shane Beamer, and Shane Beamer
went to the and to petition for
the court to pay colleges to pay for their college in their state to pay athletes directly. And Gino is saying Gino Arema saying you need a salary cap.
Oh, yeah.
Sad, man. It is sad. But anyway, I just let you know. Look it up.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
appreciate it, James.
Gino, that's UConn's women's coach. He has always been out front of this thing. Even last year, I remember him being very vocal on that. He did not want these athletes to be paid like that because you can't control them anymore. They're running the show. Then when you got kids making as much or more than he does, then he can't. How do you motivate those kids to play ball?
Yeah. Wow. For a guy like for Dabo, who doesn't want to have anything to do with NIL and doesn't use the transfer portal, for him to go and say that basically he wants college athletes to be salary, to be employees.
That's
I don't know. That seems odd to me.
Well, yeah,
seems like an about face. But in this whole business, again, this idea that, oh well, if you don't want to pay, if you don't want to pay athletes at colleges, then clearly you hate students.
Oh yeah.
And they're so put upon, and you want to keep them. You want them to be poor, and all this. That's the most. That's the most asinine argument. I'm just stop.
Yeah, that's where I tell people myself is just stop, because you've already gotten paid, because those guys that play sports at colleges are better than you and I'll ever be. They got handed a free $50,000 scholarship. Last time I checked, I paid for my scholarship at Auburn, every dime of it. Last time I checked, I paid for all my meals, my hotel rooms, my dorm room, or my trailer that I stayed in, a power bill, a water bill,
food.
Pencil bill. I mean, you dang it, I paid for everything. And they're going to walk away from there, if they never made a dime, with probably $100,000 a year just handed to them already.
At least.
And now they're complaining that they're not getting enough money. That don't even compute with me.
Yeah. Again, separate NIL, what it is supposed to be, what it actually is,
right,
from this. And
so let me,
if you want to be able to make money because of your fame, I don't have a problem with that at all. That's fine.
So in a perfect world, would you accept this then, if I was somebody from a federal government and came down and said this? You can make NIL, but it has to be off of your name, image, and likeness, and that has to be proven off of jersey sales, football sales, autograph signings, all those things. But at the same time, the federal government will not allow you to get it into a fund. You're not allowed to touch that money until you actually graduate. When you graduate, then you take your jersey sales with you. That might stop a lot of this on the front end of saying, well, we're going to give Ryan Williams tomorrow when he signs at Alabama, we're going to give him $1 million to come play ball because he's a two-time Alabama Player of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year, I think it is.
Yeah.
If you told him now, look, Ryan, we want you to come, but you will only, we're going to have a shop set up in the university. We're going to have a shop in the football stadium. Every jersey gets sold, you get a cut. Every hat, everything, you get a cut of it. So you get out there and work your tail off, and people start saying, I want a Hollywood jersey. Then that's how that works.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would be putting the horse before the cart.
Correct.
Instead of the other way around, which we've tried to do here. So, James is right. It is sad. And I don't know. I mean, look, I'm going to be perfectly honest. The further this thing goes down the track, the more that it looks like the NFL, the less that I'm going to be interested in it.
Yep.
So, and they may look and say, well, as far as Andy Graham's concerned, we don't care.
No, that's
so. Maybe so.
There's a demographic of people they care about dollar-wise, and there's a demographic they don't. But for the sake of the argument, have you noticed that all the major coaches here in this last year that were prominent in there's a lot of them starting to get out of the game? Jim Harbaugh said it's a heck of a lot easier to go over to the NFL and coach those guys. I don't want to deal with these collectives and deal with this money and deal with all these things that I got to do behind the scenes. I got to recruit my team that I've got every year plus new recruits. He's like, we're going to pay the people in the NFL. I know they're coming to work for me. They can't go anywhere. We got them under contract. Nick Saban, I guarantee you he quit because of that.
Yeah. I never saw. Well, I said all along. I've been saying for the last 10 years, Saban, this thing's going to happen quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be like all of a sudden one day he's just going to say, I'm gone.
Right.
I didn't think it would be this. But
because you have no, or he does. He's a control freak, and it's the process. Yeah. He has no control over this. He said it multiple times in interviews over the last 2 or 3 years. Kids that I used to be able to come sit down in my office and show them all the championship rings and jerseys and everything behind me, they go, oh, I want to come to Alabama and play for you. He's like, now they only want to know 2 things. They want to know how quick they're going to play and how much money is the check going to be when I get here. He's like, you can't coach those guys.
Up against a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
If you're tired of the same old, and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SEC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
They say we live in an age of big data, where computers and fancy algorithms are supposed to know you best. But at Country Financial, we know helping you own your future requires, well, something much bigger. Contact your local Country Financial representative and start planning for your future with a personal touch.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Jim here with you. Only about 45 more minutes left in tonight's show. Clemson goes into Chapel Hill and defeats North Carolina, the number 3 team in the country, 80-76. So
big win.
Big win for Clemson.
Now, again, that'll take us right back to what we previewed earlier, Alabama and Auburn. Alabama, one of their losses this year was to a Clemson team that just beat North Carolina.
Yeah.
That tells you Alabama's solid.
No, very. No question about it. All right, going back to baseball, we didn't get a chance to talk about that a little bit. Last year, Auburn baseball, 34-23-1. They went 17-13 in the league, but 12 of those wins were in the second half.
That's correct.
Auburn finished the season 12-3
yep.
in conference, so they really caught fire in the middle of the year and rode that. Very kind of a well, I'm not going to say. I mean, no kind of about it. Very disappointing end to the year. As Auburn was hosting a regional, could not get out of their own regional, lost 2 games back to Penn and Southern Miss. So. It was it was what it was. Auburn's pitching kind of just didn't have enough quite there at the end of the year. But Joseph Gonzalez back, healthy apparently.
Awestruck back.
Yeah,
I'd heard a statistic the other day that 80+% of the innings that was on Auburn's mound last year are back this year.
Herbert Holtz is back.
Yeah,
Alsop's back. Gonzalez. So I mean. You got depth in the middle innings, the bullpen. It's going to be. I think this.
I think this is a solid team.
Lot of new pieces in the batting lineup in the infield because you have turnover every year when it comes to college baseball. But
I think he stated he had 5 guys that he felt comfortable that could play. Second, short, and third, and they really worked through the fall and even through the spring trying to figure out who those 3 pieces were. But gosh,
got some transfers from Jacksonville State.
That was one of them that he
Hernandez.
said he was extremely happy with him, that he thought he could play third or second any day of the week.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the kid, Mac, what's his name over on first?
Cooper McMurray.
Murray, yes. I mean, that's a solid back-to-back. You got, I just saw today where Ike Irish was preseason All-American.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got an All-American in your lineup, that's pretty good.
No doubt about it. Going to miss Case and Howell out there in center.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Stanfield probably moves over.
I think he fields that pretty good.
Is that
yeah,
maybe the feeling? Stanfield, you expect him to come back and be a year better. You still got Bobby Pierce out there in right field.
Bobby Batts.
That's going to be a very calming influence, I would think. So
yeah, what was he, 20-plus homers last year?
I think so.
Bobby Barrels, I think they called him.
So, they brought in some transfers with some pop in the bat. Again, guys from Jack State. Brought in 2 players from Jacksonville State, I believe. But, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I think that one of the Jack State kids, or no, it wasn't Jack State, it was not Tuskegee, Alabama State. It was a kid coming from there, said he was hitting 390-something in D1 baseball.
Wow.
Had 2 errors all season. And
Nice.
they called his name the other day, and I forgot who he was. I'll think of it in a minute.
But what's Auburn? I think Auburn opens conference play with Arkansas, maybe. So that it's going to be a challenge. But anyway, look, I mean, after last year, I think was it first time they had back-to-back hosting regionals.
That's correct.
Wasn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let this start to be the expectation, not the. Not the. Not the every other. Every few years. Maybe
you're opening in March 15th, 16-17 is Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay.
Then Arkansas is 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Last year they opened with Arkansas and got swept.
Right.
Not an ideal situation.
No, I could see that with Vanderbilt. Not see them getting swept, but I could see it being a tough road to hoe on the Vandy.
Sure.
And you also, let's see if I can find it. They're at Vanderbilt. So typically in baseball, especially in the SEC, you want to get at least 1 win in Vanderbilt while you're there.
Yep.
I would think Gonzalez would give you a good opportunity to get that 1 win. If you stole 2 in Vanderbilt, boy, you got to be thinking highly of yourself.
I think you're right out of the gate. You're ranked in the top 25 in the country if you go into Vanderbilt and win 2 and 3.
Right. That's
if you take care of business in the
Yeah,
preseason, which I would think you would.
You got Eastern Kentucky this coming weekend, or not the 16, 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
Playing UAB, a midweek game. Samford playing UConn for a weekend series. Air Force for a weekend series. Austin P as a weekend series. Troy Trojans during a midweek game right before they play Vanderbilt.
I want to say Austin Peay's not bad, but I don't know much about Air Force or UConn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
to be perfectly honest.
I would think those would, as we all hope, would be tune-up games.
Yeah.
Make sure you're hitting and pitching is aligned and ready to go.
This weekend, softball gets going with the Auburn Tigers. Mickey Dean, they went 43-19 last year, 15-9 in the SEC, so a very good record for them. Again, they had to go on the road to Clemson in the regional. They pushed it all the way to a final decisive game on Sunday and could not quite get it done. Seemed like kind of Maddie Penta kind of ran out of gas as she was, you could tell how tired she was at the end of the year. So
they got preseason number 20.
Auburn winning?
Softball, that's correct.
Okay, there you go. Maddie Penta did not pitch at all during the fall. Neither did Shelby Lowe. So they should be very fresh coming into the year. In fact, they may be a little rusty. It may take them a little bit in there in the preseason to get things going.
In the women's side, there are 10 SEC teams in the top 25.
Wow. That seems about right.
10 of them.
Who's the top team?
The top team is your Tennessee Volunteers at number 2.
There you go.
Georgia 6. Arkansas is 12, and pretty much they all fall kind of in line after that. Alabama, LSU, Florida, Auburn, South Carolina, Texas A&M, Mississippi State.
Well, there you go.
And then hanging on the edge almost in is Kentucky. Kentucky's the first people out, according to them, receive votes, and Missouri's right after them.
Wow.
So the SEC women's are loaded.
Yeah, I'll say that for sure. I think Auburn is kind of right outside the top 25 in the baseball poll. If I'm,
let me look, and I'll be able to tell you.
I was watching a D1 baseball podcast, and they were kind of previewing the season, and they were saying Auburn was kind of right on the outside of the top 25.
Not what I'm seeing on this. They did. Okay. It says receive votes, but it doesn't say they're like right there on the edge. You got Florida's number 2, Arkansas's number 3, LSU's number 4, Vanderbilt's number 5.
Wow.
Texas A&M's number 8, Tennessee's number 9. Alabama's 19, South Carolina's 25.
As usual, Auburn tends to be underrated,
yes.
Which is kind of probably where they like it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, but you got to consider, same thing there. There's 9 teams of the SEC men's that are in the top 25. So if you were able to get out of the SEC like they did last year and make it and host a regional, you're doing a pretty damn good job as a coach.
No doubt. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Sports Blitz Live, the Super Bowl, right after this.
Super Bowl.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Planting season is here, and the Potting Shed Garden Center is happy to give you professional landscaping advice when it comes to planting your shrubs and trees. Auburn's best kept secret will have it all this fall. Mums, pansies, pumpkins, and much more. All an array of colors and sizes, along with beautiful pots and containers, indoor plants, and a great selection of other gardening gifts. It's all at the Potting Shed Garden Shop, where natural elements reign supreme. Located on the corner of Moore's Mill and Society Hill Road in Auburn.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Lake Area Realty specializes in Lake Martin real estate. They can help simplify your next real estate purchase or sell, and have helped many home buyers and sellers through the area buy and sell real estate with precision. Lake Area Realty utilizes powerful marketing tools and knowledge of the lake to help you with your next move. Call your local hometown agency today. Lake Area Realty at 256-825-4800. That's 256-825-4800. Lake Area Realty, helping you find your way home.
Have you stopped by Lifesavers Mission Thrift Store lately? If you haven't, you should. You'll find great pieces for your favorite do-it-yourself project. Lightly used name brand clothing by Free People, North Face, Matilda Jane, Patagonia, and a whole lot more. And while you're there, don't miss the shoes, decorative pieces, classic and new books, and Auburn and Alabama gear that won't cost you a fortune. So stop and shop at Lifesavers Mission Thrift Store today for a unique thrift experience that won't break the budget. Lifesavers Mission Thrift, located on East University behind Zaxby's.
Hi, this is Andrew McGreer at Dunning Roofing. At Dunning Roofing, we specialize in high-quality, premium roofs. We don't build roofs that just meet code requirements. We build quality roofs with premium materials that significantly exceed our competitors' warranties. We put money on your roof, not in our pockets. If you're looking for a top-quality roof, call Dunning Roofing today for your free quote at 256-307-7601 or visit us at DunningRoofingAL.com for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Jim here with you. Only about 30 more minutes left in tonight's show. It's actually kind of flown by. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight, however you're choosing to join us, whether that be on our Facebook page or YouTube page or just the old-fashioned way and tuning us in on television. Super Bowl, what do we say, 58, right? Super Bowl
right.
58.
Mhm.
No.
40.
Yeah, 58. I think that's right.
Yeah.
54, 58. Yeah, 50.
That's 58. Yes,
Okay,
a 5
there
and
you
a
go.
3. Yes, 58.
Yeah, all right. I don't know if that number's right. I've got it listed two different ways. No. Okay, it's a rematch of Super Bowl 54. That's what
Okay,
it is.
you're throwing you off.
I can't read my
Yes.
own writing here.
All right.
Okay, there we go. All right, Super Bowl 58, Paradise, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a great place to go.
I don't think there's anything luxurious about Nevada other than Las Vegas.
Probably not. How did it get the name Paradise? It's kind of like one of those, what is it, Greenland? It's full of ice.
Yes.
But everybody said they wanted to come. We can't call it a big chunk of ice. So let's call it Greenland. Paradise. All right, Kansas City and San Francisco. This is a rematch from 4 years ago, taking place on Sunday. Who do you like in this game just right off the bat?
I mean, your gut, really, if you just follow offense and stuff like that, and Mahomes being what he is and been there before and done this, you got to kind of lean their direction because of the experienced quarterback there. But then Purdy has got so much momentum going, and I mean, like, unbelievable, just moxie about how he's picking himself up every time he gets knocked down. You almost want to root for the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, whether it's on paper or regular, I mean, if you go Patrick Mahomes versus Brock Purdy,
right?
Who's not going to take Mahomes?
Correct. If I'm not mistaken, he was the last player picked in the NFL draft.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes. It looks like he's pretty relevant.
However, However, I will say, I don't know how much of those games you watched, but Kansas City against the Ravens, Kansas City's offense is not as potent as it has been. Mm-hmm. No Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
But they jumped out, and what they score 17 points in that game, and basically did absolutely nothing in the second half.
That's what I was.
Absolutely nothing.
I was looking up some statistics on them today, thinking about the Super Bowl and possibly what the bets would be out there and everything. And that's what I noticed is there was a trend that he had. Mahomes had 14 of 19 games they played in. I think it was had over 225 or 230 yards in those games. But was this another statistic that jumps off the page was that they are a first-half team. They score like crazy, and then in the second half they kind of fade away.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can make some adjustments against them. San Francisco, on the other hand, seems like they have been very methodical. They fall behind Detroit, significantly. What was it, 24-7 or 24-3 maybe? Just come storming back, win that game. I think they scored 27 unanswered. Am I right?
Yeah, I really enjoy watching McCaffrey.
I like McCaffrey.
He's a ball player.
I mean, how can you not look? Andy's not a racist guy.
Right.
But how can you not like a white quarterback?
That's right.
I mean, a white running back in the NFL, and a very, very good one.
Right.
Okay, so I mean that's an anomaly, but he is very good. Nobody can argue that. Hey, that dude is he's the real deal.
Well, he's just got such a
and
great.
he's highly paid.
He's got such a great skill set.
He does.
Because your typical running back is this big, bulky, 225, 250 kind of guy. They want to give it to him, up north and south. McCaffrey can get out there and throw the screens and the tunnels and he can add aspects to the 49ers game that other running backs can't do.
He reminds me a lot of Roger Craig.
Yeah.
He runs the ball really well. He runs it really strong, but he's got such a great skill set of coming out of the backfield and catching the ball, and he's a threat in that part of the game, just like Craig was. So
my brain is escaping me at the moment in time, but you can probably figure it out. Is back in Auburn's days when Tuberville was there was a guy named Trey something out of Florida, a little short running back.
Trey Smith.
He played the same kind of. You remember he had a game where he had like 200 and something rushing yards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's that kind of athlete, but McCaffrey is Trey times 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So look, I think I just want, when I come down to these, I like Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I've never.
Here's the national question though for you, Andy. We got to call you out on this. Are you a Swiftie?
Call me out.
Are you a Swiftie?
I don't know what that is.
Uh-oh. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
Now, if I could tell me to name you a Taylor Swift song.
There you go.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either.
Okay, so I got no problem with Taylor Swift.
Right.
I don't quite get it, but buoy for you, Mr. Kelsey.
Right.
I'm glad for you. She has no bearing whatsoever as far as the game is concerned for me.
Well, that's where they've said that, of all these years people have said the NFL's rigged and they make outcomes come what they want. They realized that once she was involved in this deal, ever since she's been attached to him, there's been hundreds of millions of dollars made of people are now tuning in. Demographics of girls that never watched NFL football is watching now just to see what she does.
And that makes a big difference to me, too.
Oh, well. That's if you're out there trying to sell advertisement, it makes a big difference.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
How, would you ever think, what's his name, Roger Goodell? Would you ever think he would go into a clothing store now for women and go, hey, y'all need to get an ad out on our Super Bowl. It's only $1 million for 30 seconds. And they jump on it. Like, our girls will see it.
Well, that's out of my purview, man. That's a little bit above my pay grade. So.
Oh, here, let me get you a couple of questions while I'm at it. Tony says, I have the Chiefs by 10 based off experience.
Okay.
He also says
by 10?
By 10.
Okay.
That's pretty stout because the line, I think, is 2 right now.
Yeah, and San Francisco 2.5.
Right. And then it says, let's see, KC's secondary is going to force San Francisco to run the ball, and then McCaffrey has a down game, and it's over. Yeah. So McCaffrey's going to get shut down by Kansas City.
Okay. Well, look, when it comes to these, I don't really have a dog in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. I like both of these teams are fine with me. I don't have a dislike of either one of them. So I'm just hoping for a good, competitive, come down to the end kind of game.
And I feel like it's going to be because, most time these odd makers are not far off. And if they're picking a 2-point game, I think that's probably what you're going to get.
True. So I will say this, San Francisco been the best team in the league pretty much most of the year. So there is that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Super Bowl prop bets. Super Bowl prop bets. We do this every year. Looking forward to these. More to come right after this.
Have you met your local Farmers Insurance agent, Patrick Holina? He proudly serves Tallapoosa County and Alexander City families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call the Holina Agency at 256-234-0037 or stop in today at 704 Commerce Drive to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's the Holina Agency, 256-234-0037.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
The food at Oscar's Cafe makes your mouth water. At Oscar's, enjoy great tasting catfish, or maybe you're just in the mood for one of Oscar's fresh salads. Even kids know the place for a fine meal is Oscar's with a great kids menu. Oscar's also has great tasting burgers full of backyard flavor. So come on out to Oscar's Cafe for great food and homegrown hospitality. We're located on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, just before the Blue Creek Bridge. And remember, it's all fun and games till there's only one cheese ball left.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SUSCC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro continues to excel in making sure our clients have a smooth and pleasant experience with home financing needs. Families are struggling to make ends meet due to price increases and high interest rates on credit cards. Monthly debt can cripple a family from enjoying the special times in life. Property values are holding strong, and now is the time to take advantage of the equity in your home, saving hundreds of dollars a month. No money out of pocket and no payment until January 2024. Call the Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro today.
Lake Area Realty specializes in Lake Martin real estate. They can help simplify your next real estate purchase or sell and have helped many home buyers and sellers through the area buy and sell real estate with precision. Lake Area Realty utilizes powerful marketing tools and knowledge of the lake to help you with your next move. Call your local hometown agency today, Lake Area Realty, at 256-825-4800. That's 256-825-4800. Lake Area Realty, helping you find your way home.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Jim here with you. Only a couple more segments left in tonight's show. Super Bowl prop bets. What is a prop bet? These are bets that you can make, and people will bet on anything. Anything you want. Some of these are exotic. Some of them are just kind of quirky things about the Super Bowl. These come along every year. We always kind of take a look at these. Jim, you give them, I will receive here.
I got you. All right, here we go. For everybody out there listening, so that you understand, prop bets, is exactly what Andy said they are. They can be a bet about anything. I've even heard one today that there's a bet that sometime within the Super Bowl that there will be a dragon that people will see at the stadium.
How many songs will Usher sing?
Right.
What song will be first? All kind of crazy.
How many times will a host of the Super Bowl say damn? So, you know. All right, so here we go. The opening kickoff, Andy, for the Super Bowl. A opening kickoff is a yes at minus 320. Or
touchback? Will it be a touchback or no touchback?
Yes, touchback or a no touchback with a plus 360. So
or will it be a run back for a touchdown?
Or which one? Now, this is your bet. Which one are you picking?
Well, that's part of it, too. The third one is it can be a touchback, no touchback, or run back for a touchdown.
Right.
What kind of money are we getting for this? Plus 6,500.
Correct.
For a touchdown.
Right.
Run back for a touchdown.
That's what you want?
Now, you'd be going out on a limb. That would be a waste of money, is what that would be called. Now, Desmond Howard, when I was in college, Green Bay and Denver and Denver played in the Super Bowl. No, Green Bay and the Patriots played in the Super Bowl. I think that was 96. And Desmond Howard ran a kickoff back for a touchdown. So I don't think it was the opening kickoff.
So you're saying there's a chance, is what you're trying to say?
I'm saying there's a chance.
All right, so everybody is waiting on your pick.
This is going to be
Tell
a
us which one you're going to be.
It's going to be a touchback.
A touchback on the opening kickoff.
That's safe money.
Okay.
It will be a touchback.
So you're going to have to bet $320 to win 100.
Yeah, but I think that's the only way you're going to make any money.
Okay. You're going to take the safe play.
Yep.
All right. The first score method. Will the 49ers score a touchdown, field goal, safety, or will the Chiefs touchdown, field goal, safety? Which one will you pick for the first score?
Golly. Depends on who wins the toss, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who gets the ball? I'm going to say the 49ers kick a field goal to kick the first score of the game.
Okay. And that is a plus 360, so you don't have to bet very much to you'd be in the bonus there. You win, let's see, 36. I think if you bet at 100, you'd win 360.
Man, I want to go for that safety.
Oh, gosh.
Plus 10,000.
Right. All right, so we got game goes to overtime. Yes, plus 1,200. No, minus 3,000.
Has the Super Bowl ever gone to overtime?
You know, I just now thought of that. I don't think that I remember. I recall it going there.
One
yeah.
ever going, but I'm on. Nah, this one's not going to overtime either.
Okay. So he's going to take the no, it won't for minus 3,000. Total penalties accepted. 10.5 over, 10.5 under. Which way you going to go? Total penalties in the ball game.
Both teams.
Both teams.
Whew. I'm going to go under.
Okay.
Taking the under.
All right. That's a pretty good little bet there. Negative 105 or minus 105. Team totals. The 49ers over 23. The Chiefs over 23.5 or under 23.5, both ways. So which team are you picking to go over and under?
Oh, boy. I'm saying both teams go over.
Go over.
Yeah.
I would tend to agree with that.
I'm going to say this is going to be in the
because the
31 to 28 type game.
Kansas City's got a pretty good offense to be able to do that. San Francisco's got a pretty nice offense. Both of them have middle-of-the-road defenses. They're not stellar defense. I think you're going to make a good choice there. So if somebody's betting, that's a good way to bet. It's going to be overs. Gatorade bath. Will it be a purple bath, blue bath, lime green bath, orange?
Yellow, green, or lime. So
yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. The orange, red, pink, or water. Which one will be poured out of the Gatorade bucket? And I'm going to throw you another one. Who will it get poured on?
Ah, yes. All right, I'm going to throw you a curve here. I'm going to say if it's Andy Reid.
It better be a big bucket.
He gets the purple.
Yeah.
If it's Andy Reid.
Okay.
If it's Kyle Shanahan.
Water. Okay.
Going 12 plus 1,200 here.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Going for the water.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see water. Let me take our phone call right here.
We'll go. Hey, caller, you're on in Sports Blitz Live.
Hey, Andy, there's only been one Super Bowl to go to overtime.
Which one was it?
Super Bowl 51. New England Patriots and Atlanta Falcons.
Is that the comeback?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and New England ended up winning 28-3.
Is that wow? I'd forgotten about that. I knew that the Falcons were up like what 28-3.
Yeah.
And blew the lead.
Well, that was the final, 28-3.
What was the final?
28-3.
28-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the final score.
Mm-hmm.
How could that be the final score if it went to overtime?
Well, I guess it says Atlanta Falcons 34. It says champion Atlanta Falcons 34-28. Yeah.
34-28.
34-28. Okay, so that
comeback.
Yeah. Okay, that all right. I see now.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd forgotten about that. That's great call. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That does sound familiar now. That one in.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Coin toss. Who's winning the coin toss? The Chiefs.
It's even money.
Or the Niners.
Right?
Yeah, even money.
Well, I said the 49ers scored first, so I'm going to say the 49ers.
49ers are going to win it. Now, this is
Take that to the bank.
This is the one that the world is waiting on to come from Andy's mouth. Everybody wants to know, will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift? What are you going with, Swifty?
Not if he's smart. There's no chance.
No
he
chance.
Proposes
really?
After this one, surely.
No chance? I mean, you're saying there's not a chance.
I'm saying really. I mean, she's up in the booth, right?
Well, she is, but then they've shown that as soon as the game's over, she comes to the field and she's there. Now, and you're talking about a billionaire in herself. I mean, how dumb would he not be to hook up to her?
Now, that's true. But
now on that stage.
Yeah, I got to go no.
No.
On the proposal.
Going to go say no.
On this one, yeah.
See, I was just thinking because of the flair that it would cause and the media attention and all that he's that kind of guy that he'd be remembered forever if he did this after a Super Bowl.
That would be.
This is where I'm going to lead, just because I think that you think about it in a heartfelt way and an emotional way. If he wins the ball game, he does it after the game. If he loses, it ain't happening.
Yeah, maybe if he's MVP.
If he's an MVP, there you go. So let's set our line on MVP winning the ball game. He proposes. If he don't, they leave the stadium, go to a Waffle House, and he asks her to get married.
Gotta take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
This fall, nobody beats Martin's Sports Pub for Lake Martin's best sports experience. Martin's all-star lineup of cold beverages and pub fare food can't be beat, with the region's best wings, burgers, and signature dishes. At Martin's, you always have the best seat in the house for all college and NFL on our multiple 360 view TV and huge projection screen with surround sound. See our pigskin scoreboard weekly to win big money and let our all-pro teams serve it all to you at the place we all win. Martin's, Highway 34, Dadeville.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are. I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
If you're tired of the same old, and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care, open 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment on this beautiful, albeit a little cool, Tuesday evening.
And we're going to have
Sports Blitz Live here.
In case people wanted to know, Jim Nance and Tony Romo will be calling the ball game Sunday.
Looking forward to it. Super Bowl 58 this weekend, Paradise, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium there in Vegas. Kansas City and the 49ers. Lots of prop bets out there for you if you'd like. Go and waste some money on those. I've given you the pattern. You could be a rich person.
That's correct.
If you just followed my advice. And I'm lying, so don't ever follow my advice. All right, rank them. Axl Rose, born on this day, 1962.
Wow.
You've got to be a Guns N' Roses fan.
I can promise you I've heard some Guns N' Roses. That was, what is the iconic cowboy movie? Billy the Kid? Or no, it wasn't. It was
Young Guns?
Young Guns. That's it. That's the one that's in high school for us. That's what stuck out.
Oh, yeah.
That one solidified it.
Yeah. Welcome to the Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Hear that quite a bit as an Auburn fan these days.
That's correct. That was a Tuberville move there.
Yeah. You know, and the funny thing is, it never quite stuck really well with Tommy. But he's the one that really planted the seed.
He did.
But when Bruce came along and said, "This is the Jungle," man, I mean, it just went crazy.
Yep.
And now everything's the Jungle. Jordan Harris the Jungle.
But you notice they're not playing the song.
They do now at the stadium.
Oh, do they? I hadn't heard
at the football stadium.
Okay.
Sure do. Sweet Child of Mine, one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Paradise City.
Mm-hmm.
Take me down to the Paradise, Nevada, where the girls are pretty. Yeah, that's right. Where the Swifties are and not so pretty. November Rain.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Ballad.
Yes.
That's what they like to call that.
Yeah.
Don't Cry.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Use
know.
Your Illusion.
The one that's throwing me off here, Mr. Brownstone. That don't sound familiar.
You've been dancing with Mr. Brownstone.
Yeah,
it's about heroin,
okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
That's why it's not familiar to me. I'm like,
yeah, not that I ever went any part of it, but I believe that. Yeah, it's about that. So, Civil War. That was one of those on Use Your Illusion. I think it was 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're very very good. Patience. I always liked Patience. A lot of people, I think, maybe did not. Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Everybody knows that one.
Got me, and it's a fantastic cover.
Mm-hmm.
They did justice to the Bob Dylan classic. One of my favorites, Eric Clapton, did a cover of this as well.
Mm-hmm.
To be perfectly honest, I think Guns N' Roses may even have done it a little better. They really killed it with the guitars and solos and everything. And Axl Rose, I mean, in his day, not much. I don't know if there's a better front man.
No.
Now he
had it.
He's had it now. He is a shell of himself.
Correct.
Of his former self.
When you do that much drinking and drugs, it gets you.
That is true.
Yes.
That is true. But it was well, he got where he wanted to go, I guess.
There you go.
Anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for us tonight. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Thank you, Jim, for being with me.
Yes, sir.
For Jim Hardy, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.
It's truck season at AHSAA Automotive. New Honda Ridgelines, $349 a month. Ford Rangers, $357 a month. Nissan Frontiers, $379 a month. And Chevrolet Silverados, $399 a month at AHSAA Automotive. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge, engine, powertrain, and more. It's truck season at AHSAA Honda, Tony Serra Ford, Serra Nissan, and Serra Chevrolet.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Have you met your local farmer's insurance agent, Patrick Holina? He proudly serves Tallapoosa County and Alexander City families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call the Holina Agency at 256-234-0037 or stop in today at 704 Commerce Drive to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's the Holina Agency, 256-234-0037.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
So you want to build a home, Build the home you want with America's Home Place. Choose from over 150 floor plans, then personalize. Tile backsplash with granite countertops? Done. A spacious bathroom you've always dreamed of? You got it. Choose every detail, floors, cabinets, even the paint color.
How about electric lime?
Can't decide? Relax. At America's Home Place, we take care of it all. It's your home. Own it. America's Home Place.